What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Civilization 5 Northwestern Europe AI only battle. I hope you're enjoying it. I'm certainly enjoying it because episode 1 went out for me yesterday, for you obviously ages ago, and it might be the best performing day 1 video ever. I don't keep track of that sort of thing, but it probably is. It did really well, so that's cool. I hope you are enjoying it, because that means there's more people to disappoint if you're not enjoying it. So there's always that on the darker side of things. But we'll just get straight into the action again. I think it was pretty peaceful when we wrapped up the last episode. I know there was a war between was it Czechia and Hungary, or Czechia and East Germany? I think all three of them were at war with each other at some point. Austria is attacking Hungary, but I think this probably won't go too well for them. Other than that, Aquitaine and Normandy benefited a bit from the fall of France. Normandy now has a plain. I cannot tell who's doing well in these games anymore. It is impossible. Normandy has 3 plains actually, so there we go. We'll see what they do. Not many civs with plains. I believe Ireland has some, and Poland. Yep, and I think that's it. Maybe someone up here's got some. Finland has some, but yeah, I don't think anyone else has plains. So that's pretty impressive for Normandy. I mean, I guess they have Paris, so that's pretty good. They have 2 good-sized cities here as well. Not much coastal cities, which is always going to be difficult for them. Their capital is always going to be exposed to either Britain's boats or the Celts' boats, and I think they are actually fighting each other, maybe right now. Sweden has... Oh no, Sweden did not... The Swedes declared war on Swinland, but... Swinland. What have we... That's the new name, Swinland. That's perfect. That sounds like a terrible store from like the UK. Like, come down to Swinlands, and I don't even know what they would sell, but there you go. Finland versus Sweden, but it is obviously the Swedes, Civ, but they are Finland for now. We'll see how this goes. These units may do some damage, but I think Sweden is sort of... They're not as big, but they could certainly defend themselves. And they've made a bit of a comeback, you know, Sweden. Look at all these cities. They got these 2 back off Denmark. They're now at 15 and 16. These 2 have grown to 14 and 17. Sweden's certainly not rubbish. I don't like this Norway border gore, but we'll have to live with it. And Norway is slowly going to fill up this region. This city is going to be very hard for someone to get to. So that's interesting. And here we go. Some more wars. Czechia versus the Commonwealth. That does matter. Okay, so we'll see how this goes. Warsaw could be in trouble if it's not careful. Aquitaine and Denmark piecing out is not so important. And there is no terrible peace deals going on there. Burgundy versus Belgium. Does that mean anything? Yes, it does. Okay. Oh, they only just hit him with the worst peace deal ever, and they're back at it again. Oh my goodness. Rotterdam here is a fantastic city. It's still in resistance for 13 more turns, and Burgundy's attacked again with infantry, the most advanced unit we've seen so far. That's pretty big. Oh my goodness. And Sweden also joined the war against the Commonwealth. That is not so important. But oh my goodness. Well, Belgium, this is going to be rough. Oh, they got Denmark coming from the north. Luckily, I don't think Poland's going for them. I think Poland, they have a lot of units here, which is a bit scary for them. But I think they were going after Normandy. So I think they're safe from them. East Germany and Aquitaine piecing out. That was not such a big deal. Very far apart. Even this other random East German city, not even close. There's no way East Germany connects that, surely. I mean, they could maybe get Graz, I guess, if they... very quickly went after Austria and just forced their way through. I guess that would connect their borders. Maybe not, because it depends where the borders... Vienna's probably going to have first dibs on the best tiles, so you don't know exactly what the borders will be like. Poland versus Hungary. I do not think they border each other. No, not quite. Just about avoiding each other through a slither. So maybe not as important. Also, Poland's units, as we've just seen, are very deep into sort of the Benelux countries, the Netherlands... Denmark as well. They're not really at home right now, which could be an invitation for Russia, but they are busy going after the Commonwealth still. They should get this city. Oh no, I didn't have much hope for Finland in this war against Sweden, but now Norway joins in. I think it's going to get a bit rough for Sweden. We'll see how this goes. Norway is going to... They're kind of all around them, so it's going to be a bit messy. I don't know. No, sometimes it's better for the AI to be able to focus on one city at once. That might be difficult for them here. So we'll see what they get up to. But yeah, it could get a bit worse for Sweden. Stockholm is under siege already. And Russia has also joined in against Hungary, but they do not border each other at this time. How the heck did this boat get in here? I assume just open borders you can go through. There you go. Polish boat, trireme as well, just sort of sat here. Do they have? They only have one coastal. Oh no, they have two, but this one's closed off by Russia's island. I feel like there's definitely a war between these two one day, Poland and this Russia, who's doing really good too. Full credit to them, doing a good job. Did I? I was supposed to set the timer off, and I think I... No, it is going. Good, we're good. Just checking. We could have the never-ending episode, which would be great for you guys. I'm sure you'd watch it, but what would it not be? Well, obviously it wouldn't be good for me, because I'd spend way too much time doing it. And also you'd get less views, right? That's why you break things up into parts. You get more views divided up, right? 2 half an hours, you get twice as many views as 1 hour. Right, Belgium retook Rotterdam. There we go, there is some justice done. We'll see if Burgundy can take anything else off them. Denmark is arriving too with artillery against the Great War Infantry of Belgium. So there you go. Belgium doesn't have... Do they have an artillery... Oh yeah, they have 1 artillery unit here. And 1 cannon. Yeah, we'll see what Denmark can do to them. Amsterdam now at 30 population. I'm sure there's some countries eyeing that up, because the Netherlands aren't doing great. But yeah, great bit of comeback. Actually, sorry, it was never Belgium. I'm stupid. Sorry, the Netherlands gave this away to Burgundy. Sorry about that. I'm sure the comments are already there. You can quickly go back and delete them. Go on, I'll give you 5 minutes. I'm so far ahead on the schedule, I'll have completely forgot, so I won't give you 5 minutes. But there you go. Before I laugh at you. I spotted my mistake before the episode was over. It's okay. The Dutch gave this to the Burgundy, and then Burgundy attacked Belgium pretty quickly, and Belgium gained Rotterdam. It wasn't just like, you know, screwing them over after a peace deal or anything. Normandy completes the Prora Wonder, and who is this? The Commonwealth declaring war on the Netherlands. What does that mean? Nothing. I was like, what does that mean? But no, it means nothing. Also, Czechia now has some planes. There we go. More and more civs getting planes. Austria has anti-air guns, but doesn't even have planes themselves. That's interesting choice. And Belgium has actually declared war on the Netherlands themselves. It's pretty bold when Denmark is approaching your capital. Not much progress being made towards the siege, but there we go. Denmark, very popular. I responded, saw a lot of the episode 1 predictions today, and yeah, Denmark, certainly very popular. Trying to think if anyone didn't get picked at all. I think Brittany may have had a bit of a rough time in the picks. I don't think anyone picked England. Can't remember about Ireland. Maybe one person did, I'm not sure. I think Aquitaine got picked. Burgundy got picked. Well, I picked Burgundy. I know someone else definitely did. Normandy did not get... How did this city lose 5 population? What the heck? From all the pillaging. That was so quick. I don't think anyone picked Normandy, but sorry. Oh, Stockholm has fallen. That's pretty big. We should probably go deal with that. But Denmark did complete the Kremlin as well. Nice wonder for them to get. And who took this? Finland conquered Stockholm with a lot of ironclads. So yeah, now we'll see what happens to the rest of Sweden, because Norway can obviously do some damage as well. East Germany v the Netherlands, that is miles apart. Cities with most tourism, here we go. Burgundy's city of Dijon, Dublin, then it's Brussels, Birmingham. Outen, another Burgundy city, Poitiers, Aquitaine there, Austria, Salzburg, Warsaw from the Commonwealth, not even going to try and pronounce that, from Ireland, and Vienna also filling out the list. Oh, 2 new cities for the Soviets, interesting. We'll see what that does to the food situation and population in these other cities, but that should probably help some more production. This one's coastal as well. This one in particular, probably a good position, even though it is only 2-3 tiles away from Petrograd. Probably going to be a good city. You know, I'm sure this city's got enough stuff out this way. Why are archaeologists going to Iceland before settlers? Why? I wonder if the AI just learns that there's no barbarians anywhere. I wonder if they know that, and that's why they're not scared of them at all, potentially being there. Because if they were on, like, this area would just be full of barbarians. Sarpsborg here settled in the Shetland Islands, I think. I can never remember. There's like Orkney Islands and Shetland Islands. I can't remember which one's which, but some of the islands north of Scotland. A city just fell to somebody. I have no idea which one it was, because it wasn't between these two. Unless Stockholm fell back and then back again. But I don't think it did because of the population being at 10. Czechia pieced out with the Commonwealth very quickly. And Russia attacking Belgium is not so important. Right, we will find this city. I think Belgium... Oh, there we go. Netherlands retook Rotterdam. So there you go. They got it back. They gave it away in a terrible peace deal. But at least they got it back. You know, that's something. That's a start. Denmark has entered the atomic era. That probably is the first civ in the world to do that. So that's fantastic for them. What is next? Brittany's turn. No one picked Brittany. Yeah, I was going through who wasn't picked. I think all the Scandinavians were picked at least once. Don't think anyone picked the Soviets. Russia did get a pick. Poland? I can't remember. Probably someone did pick Poland. Saxony didn't get any picks. Germany got some and then proceeded to die in like episode 2. Not sure if East Germany got any. I think Austria definitely got some, as I just said. Whose settler is this? The Commonwealth. I don't think the Commonwealth got any picks. I don't think Czechia got any picks. And I don't think Hungary... There was one person who was excited to see Hungary, but I can't remember if they actually picked them or not. I think they said they'd do rubbish and pick someone else, but maybe they did pick Hungary. And that's everyone that's still alive. Did anyone else die? Saxony and Germany are dead. Well, maybe... I don't think anyone picked France either. Like vanilla France, because that would have been a boring choice, really. Yeah, there's all these new, cool, different French states that you can go for, so... Why would you go for regular France, I guess? But there we go. Still no settlers heading to Iceland. Very surprising. I mean, it's not too surprising. There's still plenty of space up here as well for some more settlers to squeeze in, should they want to. But it doesn't look like they want to right now. Oh, the planes probably helped as well, actually, here. Those great war bombers. They probably could just about cross over. So that gave them quite a good advantage as well. Sweden obviously has no access to planes. Doesn't have anti-air weapons. The artillery, I think, does help if you have it in the city, but it's not a huge amount. Okay, Brussels is taking some damage. It's not really close to being sieged out or anything just yet. Nothing crazy, so that'll be fine. Turn 163. Things are weird right now because the turns aren't actually going like super slow. I don't think. I haven't been keeping track of them, but I think they're going okay. Denmark's taken a while now that I've looked at it, but most of the civs are going at an okay pace. It's just that there's a lot of events for me to read through every turn, and that's actually, it's me that's slowing us down. Normandy and Great Britain have peaced out. Okay, fair enough. I wasn't sure. I mean, it didn't really look like they were fighting, but they were. And they also get a peace deal with Sweden, which is not as big, but still there. They did get... These planes probably did help them protect the channel crossing. The submarine as well, I'm not sure. I think they literally just built this, but still, that's going to be sinking these privateers pretty easily. So, yeah, Britain, probably wise to stand down. Their ironclads weren't helping either. A lot of their boats are up here in Northern Ireland as well. And they have plenty of sort of land military. But that's not useful until you go for the whole D-Day landings, crossing the water. But yeah, that's not happened yet. Is the UK really completely above? I don't know why. I feel like it's just more this way. But maybe that here. Like here just looks like a weird place, doesn't it? Just like, you feel like you could swim this, couldn't you? Especially like here. That's just... This is basically Dover, isn't it? The White Cliffs of Dover. You just feel like you could swim that. Obviously, I wouldn't recommend it. I know people have done it, but I think they've, you know, with adequate safety stuff around. It's still quite far, right? 19-mile swim. Doesn't sound like too bad. Like, it doesn't sound easy, but it certainly doesn't sound impossible, right? You know, if someone sort of, I don't know, life or death, you could either do it or you just died. You'd give it a go, right? It's not, you wouldn't just give up on the spot. I think you could probably give it a go. Swim the channel. Probably be very cold. But I don't know. I'm guessing it's really... I don't know how deep it is, the channel. No idea, because it's not like it's out in the ocean, right? It's not like the middle of the Atlantic. I imagine that's too deep. Like, the second you think about it, you'd probably just... Your brain would give up. But like here, I mean, obviously you couldn't stand up, but I don't know. I feel like there's something reassuring to knowing it's not super deep. No, there's not at all, is there? I guess knowing there's probably not any sharks nearby. Maybe that's all you get from it. I don't know. And even then, I mean, you're just taking a wild assumption that there's no sharks. Another fun tangent. Would Geo swim over the channel? Who knows? Stay tuned. Next week you'll find out. World's Fair. For America, well, oh, sorry, that's me proposing that. And historical landmarks is proposed by the Austrians. Sweden is not being sieged out anymore yet, but it looks like they're probably not going to get Stockholm back. Sadly for them. Russia not really making it. I thought they were going to get this city. I thought they had it in the bag. They have starved it down really low. But it doesn't look like they're going to conquer it, which is a bit of a shame. We have another ideology. Aquitaine going autocracy. We'll have another sort of look at them towards the end. See which ones are the most popular. There's too many civs to keep track of. There's like 20. So, oh, there we go. The Dutch finally have a settler heading out. Denmark just behind. So it looks like there will be a battle to get cities in Iceland. Poland, I don't know. I feel like this settler's not going to Iceland. I don't know if Poland even knows. I mean, they have a caravel out here, so I guess I don't know how they squeeze that out. With a lot of open borders, obviously, to get it out. But they did manage to get these units out. Oh, yeah, they have open borders with Denmark, so that's easy for the land units. And the boat, yeah, I mean, they only needed it with Norway. Or maybe it just got out before Norway closed off. I felt that's unlikely, but there you go. 3 settlers, so, I mean, there's space for all of them on Iceland, but that would be quite interesting. That might spark some tension between the 3. The Commonwealth adds the Cristo Redentor Wonder. I'm guessing just outside of Warsaw here. Can't see it. Sometimes you get the little animation, or not animation, but you know, the little graphic somewhere. I can't see it right now. Maybe I'm just missing it completely and it is there, or maybe it's just not there. Maybe it will come back if we come back in a few turns. Right, we'll do embargo city-states again. The World's Fair passed, I'm assuming. Did it? Yeah, it must have done. No, I don't want to embargo somebody. I want to embargo the city-states. There we go. Not sure what I'm going to vote for in this city-state game if I ever do one. Aquitaine went autocracy. Yep, we've seen that. On to the next turn. How far can I zoom out? Not too far. This is as far as we can zoom out. I was going to see if I could sort of get a good view of what's going on. Right, Antwerp is now sort of under siege. I think it'll be okay. There is 1 artillery here for Burgundy. They could do with a few more of those for sure. But, I mean, they could do with getting a couple of cities here. Because I don't really know what their other options are in terms of easy conquering. Apart from Belgium and I guess the Netherlands if you went for them afterwards. These French nations, Normandy and Aquitaine, both seem fairly capable of defending themselves. Normandy a bit weak at the moment, but Aquitaine certainly got a lot of units. Austria is obviously pretty powerful. This city is up for grabs from East Germany. Maybe we'll see Burgundy get there, but maybe Austria will beat them. Obviously, Austria's disadvantage is they'd have to fight East Germany on both sides. And yeah, Denmark to the north, you probably don't want to mess with them. They seem pretty good. I wonder how everyone's doing on score. We did only see that recently, so we won't look right now, but maybe it's changed a little bit. It's not super important stat, but it's the only like aggregate one we've got. Denmark has 1,300. Norway and Russia have 1,200, so there we go. That's about a 100-point lead for Denmark. The next biggest ones are around 1,000 and something. Ireland, the Celts, Austria. So there you go. That gives you a bit of an idea, not a perfect idea, but a small look in at who some of the strongest civs might be, but not giving it away. Denmark is leading on score though at the moment. Maybe they'll win. We'll probably do the results at 250, just because these civs are flying through the technologies. I'm not sure what plays into it, because we have the same settings essentially as the Asia game we just did. There's more civs on this map, and this map is maybe a bit bigger. I don't know. I feel like it's taller, but it's probably the same width, and then it's a bit taller. So yeah, it's a bit bigger than the Asia map we just did. So maybe that just helps, but I don't know. They do seem to be getting through the tech tree even quicker. I know on that Asia map they did finish around turn 250. I guess, and we just played on to 300 for the results. But there we go. Maybe okay, Russia just flipped the switch out of nowhere. I was like, nope, they're not going to get this city. May as well give up. And then boom, just like that, snap of the fingers, Russia grabs the city off the Commonwealth. Now Russia's still definitely a contender for the victory in this game. I don't think anyone's running away with that title yet. They're certainly up there. Yeah, gaining a city certainly going to help them. Obviously a blow to the Commonwealth, who I think is probably out of the running anyway, but it's annoying. They still have 2 good cities, and you can imagine that their empire maybe spreads beyond what we're looking at on this map. If you are, if that's the sort of thing you like to think about, build on the storylines. Modern era for Hungary. Who is this? Britain versus Brittany. We'll see how this goes. This could be quite an interesting one if Britain does make the leap into the continent. I feel like these three have got two of them have got to team up on the other one at some point. Whether that be the Celts and Britain beating up Ireland, that'd probably be the least successful combo. Ireland and Britain v the Celts, that'd be probably similarly messy. Those two are the least. I think Britain probably dies just because they're in the middle. Ireland gets Northern Ireland, the Celts gets all of Britain. Not very fair trade, but that's normally how these things work out. Brittany also pieced out with Aquitaine, so at least they can defend from Britain. What do we have? We have some Dutch sea beggars out here. Some pretty isolated units. This British privateer. I mean, this unit is very isolated. Probably the most isolated unit on the map. Just out by itself. The Dutch settler has disappeared. Oh no, it's going for north. I mean, up here. That's okay. I mean, fair enough. Denmark, though, is... Unless they somehow just dart to the left and go for the Faroe Islands here, they are definitely going to go to Iceland. Now, there is some luxuries here. We can't see the strategic resources unless I turn them on, but there is silk, salt, Commonwealth grab their city. There is also truffles. There's a couple of buffalo or bison resource. I think we had this argument before. Not argument, but we figured out that bison and buffalo are the same animal. It's just a different name depending on the continent. I might be wrong. I think it's bison and buffalo. They're exactly the same. It's just Americans and Canadians or something call them bison, I'm guessing, because that's the name in the game. And in Africa they're called buffalo, and in Asia I think they might be called buffalo, or wherever else they live. There's also whales here for other things. There's also some fish. And there's pearls, so there is some resources here. There's some mountains. No volcanoes, luckily, for those civs. How are we doing up here? My submarine is safe in its mountain prison. No disasters this time after we got destroyed in our submarine last time out. What a mess that was. Oh, okay. These sieges are just kicking in out of nowhere. Oh my goodness, they just lost 2 cities. What the heck? Antwerp fell to Burgundy and Brussels falls to Denmark. So Belgium now on their last legs in the city of Breda. But yeah, big win there for Denmark. Grabbing Brussels, that probably boots them even further ahead at the moment, for now, on score. I think they're going to have a tough time expanding much beyond this. That's their issue, whereas Finland is still growing just naturally into the tiles around them. Norway, sort of similar. They're still growing into just empty tiles. And then obviously they can settle as well. I know the Danish... I mean, if they could get Iceland as well, which would be kind of historical. Denmark did own Iceland at one point. So, yeah, if Denmark could get Iceland, that would certainly boost them up. I mean, they are number 1 right now, but that would be an easy next step to take, whereas all the other next steps involve wars against pretty big and scary civilizations. Denmark and Belgium have now reached a peace deal. That makes sense. I mean, Burgundy may kill them off or may not. Obviously, Normandy can probably have another go in a few more turns, if not already. So it wouldn't surprise me if that didn't take long. And we saw the sad elimination of Belgium, but that's how it's got to be sometimes. A lot of denouncements going on. Is it one of those stages? There's some big denouncements. What was that game we did recently where there was just endless streams of denouncements from everyone? That was a weird one. I can't remember what caused it. Why was there so many? Was there a specific reason? I don't know. It was just ridiculous. Every civ denounced everyone at once. That was just a mess. It was just I couldn't find all the things I actually needed to read. Russia reconquers the city of Lwów. That is definitely wrong, but I'm sorry. Got no guidance right now as to how to pronounce that. Oh, Sweden may actually get Stockholm back. That would be exciting. Yeah, they're probably going to do it. Let's go, Sweden. They go right at the end of the turn, so we'll come back in a second. Norway struggling against Helsinki. Tromsø's not really come under threat, and the Finns are not... I don't think they'll make any progress through here, but you never know. They're sort of slowly chipping their way through. Sweden does have artillery. That's helped them come back into this. Petrograd has remained at 30, and Kharkov has remained at 23. But Simbirsk here has risen to 8 population, and Kiev also 8 population. Norway, they're missing out on too much. There is ivory here, salt that they've sort of lost access to. But yeah, I mean, they would have been so OP if I didn't chop this area off and the resources up here as well. They would have just been unstoppable, so probably a good job. And Denmark has arrived in Iceland, the city of Tunsberg. 4 population already, which means they must have that... What is it? Is it not a policy? The ideological tenet that gives you an extra 4 population when settling new cities. Or extra 3 on top of the 1 you get. But there you go, they settle east of Iceland. Poland is definitely on the way to come and rival them. And as they border each other, that makes a lot of sense. Although they seem like they're friends for now. Here we go, Sweden preparing to get Stockholm. So I could get a minor warmonger penalty for capturing it. Or, no, sorry, a major one. No, wait, minor, but I'll only get a minor liberation penalty if I was to set it free. That's tough, isn't it? You can't just minor either way. You thought you'd get a better one for liberating it, but there you go. That's how it's got to be. What is going to be next? What have we not seen? What is something... Let me know. What is some sort of war you've been surprised that just hasn't happened? Like, which one... Which one do you think... which one do you think will happen? I'm just trying to see who it could be. Norway? The Netherlands have settled in sort of Norway, but next to Norway, the Civ. I mean, we haven't had a Soviet Russia. How the heck did you do this, Russia? Barbarian anti-air guns. I mean, that's perfect, because Russia has no anti-air weapons. No air weapons. So that's great. Breda actually fell to the Netherlands. They're its original holder. So Belgium eliminated very quickly. It looked fine all of a sudden. They attacked the Dutch, and then it backfired. So there we go. And Stockholm does actually come back to Sweden. So that's going to frustrate Norway. Yeah, that would be annoying. Denmark and the Celts now friends. Interesting. It might be interesting to look into some of these more friendships. Put Austria in the next Civ into the atomic era that we've seen. I've probably missed a few. But there you go. I said they were the dark horse. And I mean, look at them. All their cities are nearly... They're 1 city away. 1 population away from having 6 20-pop cities. That's pretty good. I'm guessing that doesn't put them number 1 though. Just out of bad luck. Finland does grab Stockholm. Back again. We'll see. Okay, now Petrograd's dropping. But Simbursk 10 and 9 in Kiev. I always say the bigger ones, like, you don't want to lose... The drop from 30 to 29 is much more painful than the rise from like 8 to 9. But I feel like the gap from 30 to 28 and then 1 to 9 is probably worth it. You know, you don't want it to drop too much, but that's probably okay. And I mean, this one's not even gone down, and this city's hit 10 population very quickly. Now it is Norway with barbarians, although only a worker, weirdly enough. They now have panzer skips, which are their unique boats, which is pretty cool. They look very weird sort of textures, but there we go. They're here. Welcome. Some new... It's always cool to see some new unique units. I just want to see who's leading. Oh, Denmark shooting up into the lead on score. I'm guessing the taking of capitals is maybe worth quite a bit, because Brussels fell and they shot up. I'm assuming that's what this event was. Russia sort of in second. Norway and Sweden, I believe. No, Norway and Finland, I believe, are third and fourth. And then that is Poland and the Celts, I believe. So, and Ireland, 5th, 6th, 7th. Burgundy in 8th. Another red line here, probably Austria. And then a darker red line. That could be Britain, the Soviets, or Normandy, to be honest. It could be any of them. It is Britain. Okay. Then there's this pink line. That is Aquitaine. There's quite a drop-off here. This group includes the Soviets, Czechia, East Germany, the Commonwealth, Sweden is this blue line. This grey blue line is... I have no idea. I'm guessing that's Brittany. This orange line that's had a bit of a resurgence is the Dutch. They were sort of running in last place for a while, and they've dragged their way back in. East Germany, Hungary, Czechia, they'll be all in this section here. Soviets, sadly, in that section as well. Interesting. I just want to see who's got the biggest population too, out of interest, because Austria should be winning, but they're not. No, well, not should be, but you know, I thought Austria could be winning. They're second. Denmark has the biggest population, a whole 50% more than Austria. So there we go. This world has more Danes than anyone else. Then a lot of Austrians. Who's got the smallest population? 6,000 Belgians are alive somewhere. And that's a big drop off from the 6 million Hungarians. I guess they just have a unit that's sort of vaguely strolling the map until it dies. Don't know where. Can't even see it. I can just auto kill it, so it's not an issue. But there we go. They're still around. What will happen next? What is the next big event? We will find out as we hit turn 175. Pretty big point. We'll probably, like I said, probably do the results at 250 this time, just to make it a bit fairer, and then we'll push on to like 300 afterwards. And then again, I think we might have that same sort of issue where just once someone wins the victory, they just seem to get a little bit less bothered about fighting each other. And I'll probably try and like reinstall a game or something. I don't know, or turn off all the mods and start again to see why it's not letting me do domination only. We'll try and fix that for next time, because that is, you know, quite a big part of these things. It's not a disaster, like, but it does help. I mean, aggressive and expansive AI is on, so it's not completely passive. Sweden is holding on to Stockholm, but Norway is now here as well, so we'll see if Norway gets hold of this. That would be really messy and add to the border gore. Because it's not like Norway's going to connect all the Baltic Sea anytime soon. Certainly not with Denmark seeming very much in control of this region. But there we go, we got a peace deal. East Germany and the Netherlands, not so big. But that will be it for this episode. So as always, if you have enjoyed, be sure to leave a like and a comment down below. Be sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel. And if you're already subscribed, I would appreciate it if you could turn on notifications. But thank you so much for watching. And I'll see you in the next one.